नमस्ते आप सबको। आप सबका स्वागत है हमारे इस टॉक शो में। और आकृति जी, आपका भी स्वागत है हमारे इस टॉक शो में। आज हम रूबरू होने वाले हैं। आज हम बातचीत करने वाले हैं ऐसे अदाकारा के साथ जो जब 6 साल की थी तब से उन्होंने रिदम पर पैर हिलाना शुरू कर दिया था, और डांस में भी जो ग्रेजुएट हो चुकी है और जिन्होंने 1500 लगभग परफॉर्मेंसेस आज तक दिए हैं इंडिया में और इंडिया के बाहर भी। बहुत सारी कंट्रीज में, देशों में वो जा चुकी है अलग अलग ट्रूप्स के साथ। और वो यूएसए और चाइना में जब वो डांस का परफॉर्मेंस दे रही थी तब उन्होंने एक स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन की अनुभूति भी ली है। ऐसी अदाकारा के साथ आज हम रूबरू होने वाले हैं, और जो अब एक डांस कोचिंग के जो एक स्कूल है मुंबई में, उनके साथ वो जुड़ी है बहुत सारी सालों से, जो कि है नृत्य निधि। और वहाँ पे वो कोऑर्डिनेटर है बहुत सारे सालों से। तो मैं आकृति जी का स्वागत करती हूँ, आप सबका स्वागत करती हूँ हमारे इस प्रोग्राम में, द माइंडफुल हार्ट टॉक शो में, अ कॉल फॉर माइंडफुलनेस, अर्थात पैशन, प्रोफेशन और पर्पस। बहुत बहुत
Thank you so much, Aarti ji, for such a wonderful welcome and such beautiful words of appreciation. That's really very kind of you. I feel really very privileged to be a part of your talk show today, and sharing ideas, thoughts, and experiences always helps us to shape our lives better, because that's how we evolve as humans at every stepping stone. So thank you so much for this opportunity.
Yes, fantastic. Definitely. I would love to have you. I know as far as some 1 year, I think, into some of the shows of Nritya Nidhi, and I have seen you dancing on stage as well. So it was my privilege to have you on my show. That's so nice. Okay, so Akruti ji, मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहती हूँ कि आप नृत्य निधि से जुड़ी हुई है और अभी तो लॉकडाउन चालू है, तो आप कैसे मैनेज कर रही हैं, और स्पेशली बच्चों के साथ, क्योंकि आई थिंक इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट व्हेन यू आर ऑनलाइन आल्सो एंड यू आर विद चिल्ड्रन आल्सो. सो प्लीज टेल अस अबाउट इट, what you are doing right now.
Sure. So as you have mentioned that it's a difficult time where entire India and many other nations are experiencing lockdown right now. But as Albert Einstein says that where there is a difficulty, there always lies an opportunity. So we truly feel that Nritya Nidhi has got this opportunity right now to continue the journey for all the students, and making it sure that everybody is enjoying this journey as well. Of course, we are used to doing classes face to face, that personal touch hota tha, ek emotional connect hai. पर इस टाइम पे all thanks to technology, we are really very grateful for the advancements that we have. A medium to still reach out, like how we are connecting right now. We still have that medium to reach out to each and every person, just to make sure that everybody is doing fine, everybody is okay mentally and vitally. And grabbing this opportunity at Nritya Nidhi, we are all continuing classes by teaching them online. So इससे बच्चे भी बहुत कनेक्टेड है, उन्हें बहुत अच्छा लगता है हमें देखने को. और सब क्लासेस भी ठीक से कर रहे हैं. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, देयर अटेंडेंस हैज बिकम सो रेगुलर and they all are really enjoying the classes right now. They really enjoy. So for us, I think we are really very grateful that given this opportunity, we are still maintaining that connect. Nothing has got affected for us. God's grace, really God's grace. And everything is going very smooth as far as the running of the institution, the classes, the growth of the students as well. Everybody is constantly improving, and I think it's just magical.
Seriously, I'm so glad for you, for Nritya Nidhi, that you all are still connecting with students and teaching them dance through various different platforms available on internet, and even the students are so happy and they're constantly participating. And the important part in this particular lockdown is that they are connected completely and engaged, and creatively, productively engaged, and this is really, really so nice, and I'm really glad. Yeah.
So our Guru Shoma ma'am always believes that we all are a reservoir of positivity if we really tap into that area. So she's really instilled qualities in us where the goodness of your heart reflects. You do everything from your soul. So even for our performances, जो हमारी तैयारी है डांस के लिए, बहुत soulful है, उसमें बहुत soul होता है, and it's very spiritual. So at the same time, with this particular phase, children have become very independent, even emotionally independent, because they have started taking responsibilities for their own classes. जब छोटे हैं बच्चे जो हमारे पास है, उनको ड्रॉप करना पड़ता है, फिर उनको वापस लेके जाना पड़ता है. So if those logistically, if arrangements are not made, they miss classes. But because everybody is doing classes from the convenience from home, they are feeling so independent and confident that, okay, I am taking the responsibility of my classes. And to keep them constantly happily engaged, we are giving them a lot of activities to explore where they connect with their own selves. And it's a very joyful environment for us right now.
Wow.
The only thing we are missing is hugging them and seeing them face to face and being with them, because that is very precious for us, because at Nityanithi we constantly believe in having a personal connect with each and every student. So as soon as the lockdown is over and we very smoothly get back into the routine, we are just going to run and hug them.
Absolutely. It's so adorable. It's so loving. I have seen some photographs on your Instagram page and also on Facebook that all the students, they are actually, constantly participating in your activities and sending photographs and writing so nicely. So amazing. So you have chosen dance career over your banking. So what made you do that? I mean, I would be very happy to understand that, and even the audience would be,
Definitely. Okay, let me walk you through this. So after I finished my school, I had an interest to go into commerce. So I took up commerce from my college. I graduated with a degree of banking and insurance. And further after that, I went to do my MCom in banking and finance. With the thought that my career is definitely going to be in finance because I love accounting. I still have a love for accounts and I thoroughly enjoy it. But to be very honest, to choose dance as my career didn't come as a decision as quick as a lightning. I really took time to reach this decision of choosing it professionally. I really took a lot of time. Okay. So one thought that came to my mind is, since dance has always been my passion as a child and in my growing years, I could not see myself doing a job in one place, like sitting in that box in front of the screen and working hard, and maybe the extended hours of work that goes into the finance industry. I could not see myself doing that because I was kind of developing a sound understanding of myself that I am probably going to embark on an artistic journey and I am growing creative. So it has to be something to do with my passion. And then I started realizing that, oh, this is my sole purpose. I need to do something with this. And along with that, probably just, on the side of it, when I was just on the verge of making a decision to choose dance as my career, I got this opportunity to be with children, to teach children, to work with children. So along with that, I realized that, okay, if I'm working with children, I'm given the responsibility to shape minds, to shape lives. So I'm contributing in shaping their minds and lives. I'm molding them into better humans. So from shaping, I'm making sure that there is something constantly moving in their life. Why
Yes.
can't I do that for my own self? I'm
Yes.
any which way on the move with dance. I'm shaping myself to become a better dancer. So it just all fell into place. It's like, all the pieces of the puzzle coming together, and then finally you see the picture. So
Uh-huh.
it just fell into place, and I thought that this is it. I think this is what is my soul calling. And since then, there has been no looking back.
Wow, wow. I'm so glad that you heard the call of your core at your
True.
mind and
True.
you actually taken steps towards it. And you are really brave. You're really brave. And congratulations to you. And
Thank you so
because of
much.
that,
Thank you so much. I did have the courage to take that decision, but it wouldn't have been possible if my parents did not support my decision, because even for them, it was a surprise. Like, you have studied so much finance, you've built your career, like, you could have built your career further into it. And for me to completely shift into teaching and being with children, working with children, and then along with that, choosing dance as a career, uh, it wouldn't have been easy if they wouldn't have just easily supported and gone with the say that it's your life, you choose what you want to do. If that makes you happy, go for it. And the support and
absolutely,
the
absolutely.
guidance that I get from Shoma ma'am is, I can't even express in words what it means to me. So whatever I am today as a person, whatever I'm able to do in terms of contributing, is all because of her, what she's made.
Yes, yes. Absolutely, absolutely. I really appreciate your parents' efforts and also definitely the Shoma Kaikini Singh ma'am's efforts to actually bring that particular thought in your mind and grow you as a dancer. And thanks to everyone whoever is there.
Absolutely. Like, I'm very proud to have given birth to me, but I have been nurtured and I'm blossoming in the hands of Shoma ma'am. And I immensely feel very grateful and blessed for that.
Yeah, yeah. So, what does dance make you feel?
Everything, every emotion. So for me, if I'm frustrated, angry, I dance it out. If I'm happy, I dance it out. If I feel joyous, I dance in joyous abandon. So for me, a dance is an expression for my own self to make me feel something which I'm not able to understand. So it's like my counselor. It's like my healer. It's my
That's
healer.
true.
So I think that's where I have got my connect, that anything I feel and I'm not able to understand what that feeling is, I dance it out and I get my answer.
Oh my God. So then you do your riyaz whenever
Yes,
you
I
came
do.
across this kind of a thing. And after the riyaz of your dance, then you get some insight.
I feel exuberant after every Riya session. So at Nitinity, ma'am has taught us to inculcate values and to do Riyas in a way that it's not only a practice. It's not only a practice of a dance form or say any art form. More than that, you're connecting with your own self and you're exploring within. So you are kind of uh, she says something which really struck a chord in me. Learn the rules to break them. So when you do your
Yes,
riyas, you are actually, whatever you have learned, okay, you reach a point where you break all those boundaries and go beyond that. So what happens with riyas is, and this goes for any art form or any kind of practice that you want to take, a diligent practice that you want to take. So what happens is, because it's your own personal space of practicing,
Hmm.
whatever standard you have set, that okay, today if I'm doing this particular movement and I need to, you create a benchmark for it, that
Hmm.
okay, I need to reach this point, or I need to reach this speed, I need to do it in this particular speed. But with constant riyas and with constant this feeling that okay, I'm getting better at it, in the constant process of bettering it, what happens is that the benchmark that you have created, you will also surpass that and you will not even get to know. So every time for me, whenever I have done my riyas, of course you plan it at times that this is what I want to focus on today. but it always turns out to be so magical that it kind of just gives you insight. You can hear messages. And for me, I always tell ma'am that whenever I'm doing my practice, I can constantly hear her guidance. And that really keeps me going, forth, that I hear a guidance that, okay, now do this, now take that, take a break if you want, or no, come on, you can do this, only you can do this, go for it. So I can constantly hear her voice. And in that entire process of surrendering, I have already surpassed the benchmark that I had created in my mind. And you are just amazed that, my God, I thought I could do this, but I have done far better than that.
Yes.
So for me, that experience just becomes magical and exuberant.
Wow, completely amazing, amazing.
And I suggest it can be anything if we practice with this in mind rather than using only the mind that, and checking all the boxes in your mind that this is my standard, or this is the benchmark that I need to reach, and this is the goal. Itna hi karna hai, isko baar baar technically karna hai. If we only do it with that kind of a mental space, we are just going to reach one step. But if we, one step higher, but if we use the soul, if we use the heart, if we use our passion, and then after reaching a particular point, surrender that, okay, whatever comes to me, I'm just going to do that now. We just go up the ladder.
That is so courageous. That is so courageous. And that must be taking you to the free thinking zone, So where you are actually thinking out of the box completely. No
right,
sound.
Right.
It's
right.
amazing. It's really amazing. Wow. So how many years you are dancing now to reach this particular stage?
I have been dancing as a child because, as I said, my mother was the first one to recognize that, okay, she is showing some interest, as in her body is moving, she's responding to music.
But could you please just tell me, if you can remember, if you try to remember that particular, in your childhood, that how your mom realized first time that you understand the rhythm and how to, shake your first leg on that particular.
Definitely. I would love to share this because it's one of my favorite stories that I like hearing from my mother. So I must be around 4 or 5 years in age when there was some music going on at home. And I suddenly just got up and I just started moving. And mom says most of the time you were just jumping and swaying. There was no movement that came from you. But what she says is, what I recognized is that it was all happening on beat. Whether you were jumping, whether you were swaying, it would constantly happen to the beat. If the beat would increase, you would also go faster, so you would balance it out with the beat and the rhythm. And she said that you were so happy when you did that. Like, your smile was very mesmerizing, and it would just grow wider and wider every time I would play music and I would ask you to take the floor. So I think that gave her the push that, okay, if she's showing an interest in this, let's take it forward. Let's take it forward because it makes her happy and probably she'll do something in that. So she was a constant push. Like for me, if my mother's recognized something in me, she has constantly pushed. So then opportunities came in school, with festivals, with events where we participated. I started choreographing, I started exploring movements, and I just loved on stage and dancing. Then college landed up giving a lot of stage performance opportunities, and that's where performances were put up. And at the same time, I was a part of Nritya Nidhi. So let me share this one thing with you. When I finished my school, I was sure that I had to take up something in dance. I had to do something with it, irrespective of whatever I choose as my career. So my mother suggested, if you really want to do something in dance, take up a classical dance style. Because the grace and the grounding and the foundation that it can create for you, no other art form can do in dance.
Yes.
So take up a classical dance form. And just then, when we were just thinking of which dance form to explore and how to go about it, because till then, to be very honest, I had no idea about any of the classical dance forms.
Oh.
None. Till my 10th grade. None of the classical dance form,
So
because
you
I was a
started
hardcore.
actually formal education in dances. You started after your 10th grade.
Yes, after at the age of 15.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Amazing.
So for me, I had no idea about what to choose. And just then, a flyer of Nitya Nidhi had come home. And mom said, just go for this. It's Kathak. It's a classical dance style. Why don't you explore this? See how it goes, because they have a summer workshop coming up right now. So I still remember I made a face and I still went. Because the only thing that did not give me a push was because I was trained into the Western dance forms and I had no idea about how classical dance forms are. So I'm like, okay, fine. Let's give it a chance. Let's explore it. And so that's how I came to Nitya Nidhi. I came to Shoma ma'am. And since then, she has been an amazing and incredible part of my life in the way she's molded me. So with Shoma ma'am's love-filled guidance, I had my passion melting into the love for Kathak, its intricacies, its nuances, and it just started honing. It contributed to honing my skills in every possible way, taking from my posture to the movements of my wrist, every detailing that goes into the body movements started coming to the surface, and I just found myself going deeper and deeper into my love for Kathak and embracing this vast ocean of Indian classical art. And that's what it has made me today. And it's just been an incredible journey.